Okay. There we go. Yes. So we're going to talk about compound interest and how we can get it working for us. I don't want the feedback, so there. Okay. There we go. Okay. So compound interest is something that when you're paying for your credit card bills, right? What do you do? Can somebody tell me in the chat? Drop a 1 if you try to pay off any bills that you have, any debt that you have acquired with your credit cards. Drop a 2 if you're just making the minimum payments. Like 1 if you're paying more than the minimum, 2 if you're just paying the minimum payments. Let me see. Okay, so we have people on here that are doing more than the minimum. But do we know some people who they're just going to make the minimum payments so that, you know, they can live to spend some more on that card? They're not thinking about it. Do we know some people like that? Absolutely. Yes. There are so many people that, yes, they want to have the credit cards and they want to spend, spend, spend. And when that credit card bill comes at the end of the month, instead of paying more than what the banks tell you to do, they're just paying, you know, what the minimum payment. That's it. Right. Exactly. Dianelis, you have it on auto pay, right? Everybody has it on auto pay, but you're smart. You would have it at more than the minimum. But most people, they just have that minimum payment going. And when you do that, compound interest is going to work against you, right? It's going to work against you because you're going to end up actually not only paying that interest, but you'll actually pay interest on the interest, because a year from when you start paying interest, now you're paying interest on that interest. And who wants to do that? So you'll find that if you were able to pay that bill off sooner than later, you'd actually pay less money. And that's why they want to have it as a long game. Think about a mortgage for a home. Now, most people are having a mortgage. They're not going with cash. Some people have that cash, but not most people don't, right? So they're having their mortgage, and that mortgage is for like 30 years. And when you're paying something like that for 30 years, the interest payments, that is how the banks are profiting, or the different mortgage companies. That's how they're profiting from you, because you end up paying more than you would have if you had just paid cash up front, right? Now, I'm going to be breaking this down, how we can use compound interest to our advantage. And then after that, I actually have a partner of mine, Miss Jessica Reyes. She's going to be coming on, and she's going to be talking about how we can take compound interest and we can use it. So they're not the only ones that can have compound interest benefit them. We can have it benefit us as well, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen now. Okay. And I'm just going to open a new window. So I'm just going to go to the website compounddaily.org. Hold on. I just want to go to, yeah. Okay. And I'm going to show you how you can take a little bit and do a lot, right? So when it comes to trading, people think that they need a lot of money, right? They think that they need $5,000, $10,000, $100,000. in order to start trading in the markets. Now, early out, that was the case. You couldn't be trading in the different markets without having 6 figures, 7 figures, right? But today, it's actually accessible to everyone. You can start an account with even $10, right? $10, $50. You can start with whatever you have, right? But I am going to do $50, and then I'll do $100 to show you what is possible, right? Now, there are two different styles of trading Forex that I do. One is binary options, and that is a time-based style of trading. So, like if I ask you this question, if you could make in 3 minutes what it takes you an hour to make on the job, is that something that you'd want to know how to do? Like, if you'd want to know how to make in 3 minutes what it takes you an hour on the job to make, drop some ones in the chat. Right? Okay. Right. So with binary options, it's time-based. You're able to make in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, what it takes to make in an hour on a job, right? Now, the other way of trading is target-based. That's traditional Forex, right? And with that, you are waiting to hit a certain uh, price, right? So you enter the trade, and the way we trade, we can profit in either direction. You can profit when price is going up, and you can also profit when price is going down. So most times when people hear about trading, they're thinking about the stock market. And, I understand that I live in New York. So yeah, you think trading, stock market, New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street, but that's not the only end all be all there is to trading. So what we're doing is we're able to analyze the market. And if our analysis says price is going up, we're going to buy the market or go long, right? And we'll make profits as price is going up. If we think that price is going to go down based on our analysis, we can sell the market or go short. So you find that even if things are looking bleak for some people, once we have the correct analysis, it's all sunshine and butterflies for us, right? Because think about the stock market and your Roth and your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA, your 401k, these different things, they're actually invested in the stock market. So when prices are going down, people are not happy. Like, there are people who were set to retire in 2020, but we had that big global crisis that came about, and the value of a lot of people's retirement accounts plummeted. And that was terrible. It was devastating for a lot of those people. Like, if they were planning on retiring, they had to put those plans on pause because they just couldn't afford to do that anymore. So the foreign exchange market is the most liquid market in the world. So you find that you can make your profits daily. You can pull them if that's what you want to do. And therefore, you don't have to worry about such things, right? And with us being able to profit when price is going down, even if there's a recession going on, we don't have to be affected. So it's recession proof what we are doing here. So like I said before, you don't need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to trade. Like, you can start trading with $50, right? $50 and some discipline can take you quite far. So if you're doing binary options, which is the time-based style of trading, you can have a goal to grow your account by, say, 8%. in a day, right? So if you have your initial purchase amount, $50, so that's what you're going to fund your broker with. Say you want to grow that by the 8% every day, and you can do that for a year. But if you put $50, you don't need to be checking on that money. You can let that money do what it needs to do for a year, right? So let's say we do that for, I don't know how, I don't know the weekends. Subtract the weekend. So let's say 260 days, something like that. I don't know. Math is not my strong suit, guys. And the daily reinvest, we're going to reinvest 100%. We're not including weekends because the foreign exchange market is not open on the weekends. So we calculate that, and oh, pretty good. 11/28/2023. Perfect. So growing that by 8% a day, it's, I can't even say this number. I can't even say that number, right? So day one, you need to grow your money by $4. $4 because that is 8% of $50, right? So you end the day with $54, and then the next day it's going to be 8% of $54, which is $4.32. So 32 cents more. So yippee, progress. $4, $4.32, $4.67. And that's you compounding your money. So you're not focused on the dollar amount, because somebody may say, I don't want to make $4 a day. Like that's no money, right? But it's 8% that you're growing your money. Now, drop some ones in the chat if you are able to grow your money by 8% in your current bank account, whether it be your checking or savings account. If you are making 8% on your money, drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, so nobody's making 8%. Drop a 2 if you're making 1% on your money in a checking or savings account in the bank. You're just not making it, right? In a bank, you're making less than 1%, right? So to grow your money by 8%, you may see $4 and think that that's nothing, but you wouldn't even be making that $4 in an entire year of having that $50 in a bank account, right? So fast forward 30 days in, and you need to make $37, and you've grown your money to $500. So that's a month, right? If you could turn $50 into over $500 in a month, wouldn't that be a good skill to have, right? It definitely would be. And that's what you can do with binary options, because it's more fast paced, and there's some people who have that adrenaline. They can do that in maybe 4 trades in a day, right? So that's binary options. Now, the other style of trading is the traditional forex, where it's target based, and with that, it's not so fast. It's a little bit slower paced, and your percentage goal for the day is going to be less. So with that, your goal could be anywhere between 2 or 3% in a day. Now, there are people who are trying to grow that by 50%, 90%. And that's your prerogative, that's your prerogative. But we want to be realistic. I want to give people real expectations on how they can grow their money. If you Google it, the most profitable traders in the world, they are risking, say, half a percent to 1% of their account, and they're making maybe 4% for the whole month, but they have much larger accounts. But that's something that we're going to talk about further in part 2 of this call. No, so $50 to 50 bands, that is something that we discussed. You will get there in 124 days using this system, right? Wait, 121 days, sorry, right? 121 days. So by May of next year, you could grow $50 to $50,000, right? Now, say you started with $100. $100, you don't have to wait as long. Growing it by the same 8%. Let's do 60 days. Now I'm going to ask for some participation. Let me see who we have here. I hope that we don't have any shy people. Mr. Sigapolo, can I call on you? Yes, no?
Say it again.
Okay, so question.
Mm-hmm.
You want to grow $100 by 8% for 60 days. That's 2 months. How much do you think you would have at the end of those 60 days? And don't use a calculator, just off the top.
If so, you say if you could make what 50,000 right on the 8% of the $50. So you start with $100, right?
Yeah.
In 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like 1,500.
That's a good guess. That's a great guess, right? So let's see. In 60 days, that's going to be $10,000.
Okay.
So day one, 8% of $100 is $8. Yes, so you need to make $8 and then you're gonna go about your business. Day two, $8.64. So yippee, progress, compound interest. It seems to move slowly, but by day 30, you're not making $8, you're making $74. And the thing about it, it's still 8%. It's just a bigger amount.
Compound out. That's the thing that I realized. Like every day, whatever your money makes, you get 8% of that money. So while the money is increasing, you're still getting 8% of the increased amount.
So that's if you're reinvesting 100% of what you're making. Yes. So when people are trading, I always tell people, don't focus on the dollar amount. Focus on the percentage that you want to make and just keep it consistent. Don't say, oh, I'm going to make 8% today, and tomorrow you say, oh, I want to make 50%. You just need to be consistent. Now, will you always hit your mark? Will you always make your 8%? Not necessarily. But if in 2 months you can make half of this and just make $5,000, is it still worth it? And I think the answer is yes. If it's still worth it to you guys, drop some twos in the chat. Let me see if you think it is worth it to make even $5,000 on $100 investment in 2 months. No twos? No? Oh, you guys don't think it's worth it? You need all $10,000. Okay, got it. So, but with $100, if you want to do that same thing but grow it by a smaller amount, say 2%, because that's maybe a little bit more comfortable for some, it's going to take quite a long time for that money to grow to anything big, right? Um, Growing $100 by 2%, you're only going to make $228 on it in the same 60 days. Now, maybe you want to do the same percentage, right? Maybe you've mastered the skill, but you don't have that capital, because if you can grow your account by 2% daily on $100, you can do that on $20,000. You can do that on $50,000, on $100,000, right? And that's going to look a little bit different. So where you can grow $100 and make $2, and that be 2%. If you have a $20,000 account and you grow that, it's $400. If you could grow your account just by 2% and make $400 in one day, you do that a couple days of the week, a lot of people could retire, they could quit their jobs, do what they're really passionate about, because most people who have jobs, it's not that it's something that they want to be doing. They're just forced to do it because they don't have any other options, right? Um, Drop some threes in the chat if you're not doing your dream job. If you're just going and you're just going by the daily grind, but it's not something that you're passionate about, drop some threes in the chat. If you are passionate about your job, drop some twos in the chat. Okay. All right. So now I am going to stop sharing my screen. Hold on. And I'm going to pass things over to Miss Jessica Reyes, and she is going to talk to us about prop firms, right? So we may not be able to access large sums of money to trade for ourselves. Sometimes we just don't have that six figures. But if you have the skill of trading, or you have access to tools that you can use for trading, you can definitely capitalize, right? All right. But you just need access to a larger sum of money, and that can just completely change the game for you, right? So right now, I'm going to have Miss Jessica Reyes come on, and she is going to talk to us about just how she was able to, using some apps, get funded by six figures, right? With one of the prop firms. So, Miss Reyes, do you want to take it away?
Hello, thank you, Alethea. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Miss Jessica Reyes, and I'm so excited to be here and actually share my experience, my mindset, and how I'm actually passing the prop firm, and why I'm doing it. So, hold on. Okay, what just happened? I think I lost you guys. You guys could hear me? Just
And
press 1 to hear me. Okay. Okay, perfect. So okay. How many of you guys know what a prop firm is and how do you sign up and what it consists of? Just press 1 if you do and 2 if you don't. I just want to get the gist of the whole vibe right now here. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so some of you guys know what a prop firm is and some don't. So real quick, what a prop firm is basically you could leverage some other people's money, right? Somebody else's capital and use it to your advantage and make a profit out of it, right? You don't have to go into the market and use your own capital. But there are rules and regulations with the prop firm, just like any other thing. Of course, you're using somebody else's money. They want to make sure that you are increasing their money, their capital, instead of decreasing it. So with that being said, you have to pass at least 2 phases of the prop firm. So they have phase 1 and phase 2. Depending on what prop firm, because there are many different ones, you're able to pass the prop firm by a certain percentage. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. So for FTMO, for example, which was my very first prop firm that I used, I was able to enter a 10K challenge. And of course, you have to purchase the challenge. You know, in order to invest, you have to invest the money into the market. And any investment that you do, it's always going to cost you, right? You want to put your money and make more, grow it. So with this particular prop firm, FTMO, I was able to buy an account, a 10K account for at least, what was it, 149 around there. And I was able to start my challenge by using the apps that we have here on this platform. And I was able to pass phase 1 and phase 2. And the rules of phase 1 was I have to pass it 10%. With 10K is 10% of that is $1,000. So I was able to actually bring up that 10K to $11,000 within I want to say 2 days. Now after that, once I put in my other little trades, because you have a minimum trading day of 10 days with FTMO, they give you the whole month, but you do have a minimum of 10 trading days. And with that being said, you have to pass the phase 1 challenge. You have to have, within the phase 1 challenge, you have to have at least 10 minimum trading days, and you have to have the account active and in profit and passing that $1,000. And I was able to do all of that just by using the platform's trading signals that they are sent out by educators. And I did lose my 10K after I passed it. After I got funded, I passed phase 1 and phase 2, but I did lose it because my mindset wasn't there. I didn't know all the rules and regulations of the prop firms. And one of the rules for that specific challenge, a 10K challenge, is that you cannot have a daily loss of $500 or below or above, I'm sorry. And that showed me a lesson because I was so quick to enter the markets and start making money that I wasn't disciplined. And I do just want to say this out there. If any of you guys are signed up right now with our company and you're using the apps, do please be disciplined. Have a strong mindset. Don't go into the market, especially a challenge. If it's a demo, it's fine, but a challenge, you would want to be disciplined. And one of the things that helped me after I lost my 10K challenge, and I noticed that I have to be more disciplined and I have to be on top of my trades every time I enter them, so I don't lose my challenge, I had to have a trading journal. And that trading journal really helped me put in my lot size that I was using for the day and really kind of give me a game plan overall of how my account is looking. So yes, I'm so sorry, I get nervous. So yeah, so after that, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to just practice and get to know how my trading style is. So that's number one, is definitely have a trading journal. intact, you know, whatever you write down on loose leaf paper, what you did for the day, what trade you entered for the day, and what lot size you entered for the day. And number two, you're gonna want to have to know what pairs you want to trade. I know Shift and Titan throws out a lot of trade signals within the day, but my pairs that I really focused on and has helped me a lot in passing my prop firms is GBP, JPY, gold trade, and what else? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but those two right now are my favorites. Anything with JPY at the end of it, really, you're gonna come out ending in profit. Yes, GBP JPY. Yes, it is certainly babe. And with that being said, number three, if you are with the platform, definitely plug into the live educators. They are giving so much sauce on how to learn the markets. Literally, it's like I'm going to school for something that will benefit me in the long run. I'm taking notes. I'm learning how to enter the markets. And that's really helped me also leverage my time and leverage my accounts, help me grow my account at that. Three of my favorite educators are Nate, Gus, he's from Colombia, and my other favorite is Ty Pips. So if you're looking for a quick trade signal being sent out right then and there while you're on the live account, definitely go to Gus's live trading sessions, because he will scan the market real quick and throw out a trading signal that he does not throw out on the apps. Okay, so that is just a gateway, you know, one trade, you're in and you're out really quick. Another thing that has helped me is really closing out my trades. This is the number one important for me, and how I'm actually able to profit and win my account is I would go into the market and close my trade once it's in profit. If I see it in profit, I enter the market, I will just close out my trade. I'll have a reasonable lot size, like Ms. Alethea said. Profitable traders, they have their risk size to 1 to 2%. And I would just enter the market and get out real quick. I wouldn't even let it take profit. So these are kind of my go-to on how I'm passing my prop firms, and just the mindset behind it as well. It's tied into that. I was very determined to pass my prop firm the first time, but I took it as a joke, and not as a joke per se, but I didn't take it as seriously as I should have taken it. I was able to pass phase 1 and phase 2, but because I got funded, I did not look at the consequences if, you know, if I walk away for a while and you know, let the market be the market. No, I had to come to my sense and be like, if I'm entering a trade for my challenge, I have to close out my trade signal, especially when it's in profit. And I also use proper risk management. Stop losses are your best friend. Once you're entering the trades and on your account, do not I'm so sorry, do not fail to put in a stop loss. Those are your best friends. It keeps your account manageable, and for you not to lose so much capital, because once the prop firm see that you're losing too much capital, that's it, you're plugged off. It's just what happened to me with my 10K account. Yes, and to get to my 100K account, it was not actually easy. I'm not gonna lie, it took me several times. I kept on failing. After that 10K account, I purchased another one thinking that I could pass it the second time around, but I was not disciplined enough. I had to learn. So I went back to a demo account and I kind of disciplined and learned my specific trading style. So if you are definitely trying to pass this thing, go into it with a tough mindset. Look over your trades when you're entering the market. Don't sleep on it, because the market is very volatile. I recommend that if you're entering the trade, just tap out, guys. Don't be greedy. That was my biggest lesson. Coming from a 9-to-5 job with an 8-hour shift, I was seeing $500 within 2 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let it go ahead and do take profit. I want more. No, I learned my lesson. So definitely having a strong mindset, being disciplined, and keeping track of every trade that you're putting in, even if you're not an expert, because I do want to say I am not an expert. I'm definitely not an expert in this. Coming into this platform, I did not know anything. I did not know the lingo, and not too bad for a girl that just got on with this platform and was able to pass their 10K platform one time. The first time I ever taken it. But of course, it came with a consequence. I didn't know how to be disciplined. So I definitely do want to say that out there. And does anybody have any questions?
So thank you for sharing with us, Jessica.
Yes.
Let's see, we have, oh, you're getting some strong arms in the chat.
Actually, can I actually, guys, show you the trade actually closed out while I was talking to you guys? A trade for gold was sent out, and I just want to show you real quick what my prop firm looks like with 100K, just so you guys could visualize what it looks like as well. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. I thought it would still be in the trade, but it actually hit take profit. So there you go. See, I wasn't paying attention. But this time it hit take profit. I just want to show you. Could you guys see my screen real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually the trade that I entered today. And it actually hit take profits. This is what it looks like. Okay. This is the MT4. If you guys are new to the whole thing, this you could download on your desktop, and you could download it on your Google Play Store for Android. And this is sort of what a MT4 looks like when you're entering a trade, right? You have your currencies that you're trading, you have your history, and then that's pretty much it. You enter a trade. So I wanted to just share that real quick.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So my favorite period too is GBP, JPY. I'm always up at 4 a.m. because the London market opens at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I give it an hour to warm up and then I get in there. But when trading, guys, you want to find one or two pairs and just stick with it. And the platform that we're on, we have so many different educators. They're giving out so many different trade ideas. You may be tempted to take them all, and there's nothing wrong with that when you're new and you haven't figured out what you like as yet. But over time, as you really are getting to know the platform, getting to know the different educators, you will decide that, hey, I want to take Gus's trades. Everybody loves Gus. I'm not discriminating against the rest, because actually the platform, you have to maintain a 70% in terms of accuracy to even have the opportunity to be giving out trade ideas. 70% minimum, right? So 7 out of 10 trades are good for any one of the educators, right? So you can just pick who you like. You plug into the education if you want to learn. The beauty of our platform is that if you don't want to learn, if you don't think you have the aptitude, everybody has the aptitude. But some people just don't feel that way about themselves, or they may think they're too busy. So it caters to that person as well, because you can just copy and paste the trade ideas and you can grow your money. And I've shown you how you can use compound interest and some discipline. Discipline is key. Patience and discipline, that's something that I had to learn. Those are key factors, right? Not so much knowing how to trade, it's the discipline that you need. And with that, you can transform your life. You can transform your family's life, you know. A lot of us don't come from being trust fund babies. We don't come from that generational wealth. I can't speak for everybody. I don't know everybody on the call, but most of us, I know they're not that. So this is an opportunity to be the one. You can be that hero, right? For your family, where other people are like, oh my gosh, this person is the GOAT. You can be the GOAT, to use the terminology. Yeah. You can be the greatest of all time, where your kids will know your name because you decided to do something different with your life. But if you want to hear more about these apps that we were talking about, that Jessica was able to use to, you know, help her to get funded with a 6-figure account. Now, when she makes that 2% or 3% in a day, she gets paid out on that. Now, if you want to find out how that payout works, you can get back with whoever invited you on the call, and they can break it down for you exactly how the payout works, because we're not all getting funded on a proper account just so we can help them make money for somebody else. No, we want to make money for us, right? So we're going to have a business overview coming up right now, giving you info on that, on how you can get your hands on those apps, which they're actually available for download on the App Store if you have an iPhone, Google Play Store if you have an Android. So I'm going to take a little intermission right now, a little break, and we're going to go straight into that. So guys, I'm gonna I'm gonna stop the YouTube live stream, because I'm gonna play